My name is Nancy Lehmann-Carssow, Austin, Texas. Teacher for 40 years, and I was a tour guide. I'm still a tour guide, I guess. But I first came to Kenya in 1974, and we were at an outward bound school around Lotokitok on Kilimanjaro. And at that location, I went and taught in the school. I volunteered to teach in the school. I was raised on a ranch, and the Maasai like the cows, so we had a lot in common. And but their library just didn't have anything. And the parents had built the library, and on Saturday morning I saw the kids all lined up around the building to go read the books. And I had more books in my living room. So I did a school drive at my school and ended up sending 300 pounds of books to them. And in 1975, I wasn't sure the books were ever going to make it. So I hitchhiked and didn't tell anybody I was coming. And by the time I got to Lotokitok, it was in August, the school was out. There was 600 kids in the school. 400 of them had come back to thank me for the books. And 4 hours, we had a big ceremony, and for 4 hours, they came up and they said, thank you for National Geographic, from it I learned. Thank you from Old Yeller, I learned this. And I thought, oh, these kids, all they need is someone to crack that door open, and then they're gonna run out. So every year I came, just about every year. And in 2011, I ended up here by accident. There were 2 people in my group that were funding 2 orphanages. And the first one we went to was really nice, and the kids came out and sang, but you could tell, we call it a dog and pony show in the United States. It was very prepared. And so you didn't get any kind of warmth feeling, or it was like, we went to the show and then we went home. So the next one that we came, and the place was really nice. And the next one we came to was this place. It was bad. It was really in bad shape. But we were wandered in, and then Erastus found us, and he took us on a tour of it. And the things that we saw, we went by the classrooms, and he let us go in some of the classrooms, and they were so polite, and they were so motivated that I thought, man, these kids just are hungry to learn. So we thought about it, and then the next year, and I asked Erastus, I said, if you can have one thing, what would you want? And he said, a library. And I said, well, where are you going to put it? And there was this chicken room with 3,000 chickens in it, 13 by 16 feet. And I kind of hinted, please get rid of them before I come. And he did, so that was good. So we came back the next year. I brought a group, and we fixed up the library and painted it. And my Rotary Club, Northwest Austin Rotary, donated money for the teachers to buy books. I didn't want to appear that I'm going to tell you what kind of books I think you should be reading. So the teachers and Pastor Erastus decide those things. So anyway, and every year my Rotary has sponsored those books, which is something that Rotary clubs in Nairobi can be doing. It's a great project. They certainly can help you. You'll love the kids. Come and give it a try. We're looking for tools so the kids can learn carpentry. So if you have any tools just laying around, just bring them on over. It's okay. So anyway, we came every year, and the second year, just having that library, the kids' grades had gone up 15%. Other schools were coming. There were about 17 schools, I think, that were coming, and orphanage to read the books. And then high school and college people even started coming. The nice thing was their grades went up 15%. And their test grades were the highest in Korogocho. They did it in 2 years. That's like an impossible goal, but they did it, and they had that goal. And when I asked them when I first came here, what do you want to be when you grow up? They didn't really know. Nobody really thought about it. And I'm not sure I even thought about it at my age, but they didn't either. So when I came back after we had the library for a couple of years, kids were telling me, oh, I'm going to be a doctor, I'm going to be a teacher, I'm going to be a chemical engineer. So words they didn't even know before then. So anyway, I've been bringing groups every year. We've been trying to get a way to get books and things to them, to mail it to them, and not have to carry it 100 pounds every time we come, but I haven't had success in finding someone that would let us bring in things for nonprofits, but that's okay, that's another story. And so anyway, I bring groups almost every year, and we volunteer in different projects, and this is our favorite project. And I always tell people, when you come, you're going to change your life, or your life's going to be changed, or both. And just seeing how eager these kids are. I taught ninth graders, and that's kind of the hardest grade to teach in the States. And I told Erasmus, I said, I can teach here free. I love your kids. They're so eager and so polite. They just deserve all the chances they can get. So, really glad to be here. And I hope all of you will come and see how wonderful it is, and volunteer.
Hi, my name is Koen Rompay. I do medical research at the University of California, Davis. My life totally changed in 1997 when I was invited to present some of my research at an HIV/AIDS conference in South India. There, outside of the conference venues, I saw how much poverty there was. And I felt very frustrated because here I am, the scientist from California, trying to do something about HIV/AIDS, and yet these people have nothing. They live on the street. I was very lucky because I met a social worker during the tea break, and he had started a very small grassroots organization in a remote rural area. And I decided to help him in a very small way because I felt, look, anything I do is more than what these people have now. And so over the years, a few years later, I then decided to really start a charity. And I started in the USA the non-profit organization Sahaya International. Sahaya means help in Sanskrit. Even although the focus of our work was mostly South India, I was very fortunate. In 2001, I had to travel to Kenya for another medical conference, and I decided to try to visit some local programs here. And through one of my friends, I got in touch with Father Erastus and Rehema. And so when I visited the place here, even although the rooms, everything was very simple, I was just very touched. The school teachers were doing their very best, trying to do their best, giving these children education. I saw that the children were getting lunch. There was so much hope in these children, and that really touched my heart. And I went back to California trying to see how can I help. And so I knew, look, I'm only a simple person. I can just give a little bit of my own money to support one of the children. But I also felt I can be a voice. So I can talk about Rehema to my friends, try to create some kind of a ripple effect. I can be a small drop that can create this ripple effect. And somehow, by the miracle of God, through friends who had other friends, somehow that ripple touched Madame Nancy. So she heard about Rehema and she decided to come to visit here. And she also fell in love with this place. In 2012, she and her team came here to convert a room that was used to raise chickens into a small library. And that really changed life here in the school, life here in the slum area. And somehow Madame Nancy was also so touched by what she was seeing here, what was being done by Father Erastus and the team, that then she decided to actually take a step further. And she saw that because the building was falling apart, to get the funds to construct this whole new building. And so for me, seeing this new building, I'm extremely touched, because I still remember the very old classrooms that were falling apart, that were totally falling in shambles. And so I think this new building can create such a big difference, giving education, giving hope to so many children here who go to the school, also other children in this area who come and use the library. Of course, we have this building now. This is a major milestone, but of course we have to continue this. We need to maintain the building. We have to make sure that we can pay teacher salaries, that we can somehow mobilize funds, because there will also, always be some emergencies, children get sick. And so that's why I really encourage all of you to get involved. We tend to think that what we do is perhaps just this drop in the ocean, but like Mother Teresa said, the ocean without that one drop would be less. And so each of us can really be a drop that can create a ripple. So I really encourage you, go outside of your boundaries. You can see that if you dare to step beyond your boundaries, do one step at a time, try to help in a small way, you can inspire other people to also join. And together you can make such an incredible difference. And for me, this has been a very amazing journey. I have learned so much about what life is really about. As you know, when you watch television or the radio, the media tries to brainwash us to think, oh, the goal of life is to accumulate money and fame. But by coming here and seeing these programs, I get confirmed that no, it's important to have some basic comfort, but anything above that doesn't really buy happiness. Happiness is what you get when you share your resources, when you give hope to people who have less. And through Sahaya, I have made so many friends all over the world, and so I feel extremely blessed, and I encourage all of you to do the same.
My name is Pastor Rasta from Hango, Director of Rehema Daycare and Orphanage Center. We started Rehema Daycare and Orphanage Center, that was in 1993. When we were visiting the children, the parents in the homes could find some of the kids just lying down. They are not sick, but they are hungry. So we started by providing porridge at 10. Then from there we introduced the kindergarten. And then we started in grade 1. We are now in grade 8. We have done the KCP 8 and 10 times. This is the 10th year. And about the home, it was one Sunday, a lady came to our church with the 2 kids. While the service was going on, the lady left the kids, and in the evening we found the kids. Now after others have played and they have left, we find the 2 kids at the compound, church compound, and we took the kids. We reported the matter to the police. They told us to keep the kids until we see if the parents will come. Up to now, the parents has not come. So now they are full grown up. The man is married, has 3 children, and also the lady is having 5 children. So that is how we studied the Rehema Daycare and Orphanage Center. And right now we have around 600 kids that we are taking care. We also serve, the library serves also the people around here. We are serving every day around 150 to 200 without our kids. Our kids, because they go to the library every day to do the homework. And the school around here also, they come to the library to do their homework. As we know, in Korogocho we only have 2 public schools, and others are just non-formal. We call them non-formal schools. So we are ministering to a huge number of pupils. I was very happy one day when the government introduced free primary education. Our kids left to the public school, but after a short while they come back because when the government introduced that, they did not consider about employing teachers and also expanding the classes and also buying the desk. So, and you know, the kids in the slum, they come for 2 things. They want to eat and to learn. So we are providing lunch. At 10 we are providing porridge, and lunch we provide maize and beans. Only the challenge that we are facing now is that the World Food Program was supporting us half of the food, and they withdrew that and they left to the government, and up to now the government has done nothing. So it is very challenging to support those kids with whatever they may eat before they continue with the learning. If you don't provide, you'll find them sleeping because they are hungry. And the food that we are providing lunchtime, they will get another day. So Rehema, we are very happy for the construction that our friends from USA have given themselves to donate money, and we have constructed a very nice and friendly school for our kids. If you go around Korogocho or Kariobangi, this area, you cannot find such a beautiful school like this one. So we are very grateful to our friend, especially Nancy. And Koen is the one who has been sending the money and also doing another great work. So we are very grateful, and we say, may God bless them mightily.